Hi everybody, today I want to talk to you about product-led growth for SaaS. This is a really hot topic. A lot of SaaS companies are moving into so-called product-led growth go-to-market strategies, and I want to talk a little bit about how we look at this here at Hop Online. First, let's define what is product-led growth. My understanding of it is really putting the product at the center of the marketing and having the product lead the marketing as opposed to the marketing leading the product. So often the goal with product-led growth is to try to get a working version of the product with as many features as possible into the hands of as many people as possible, and let them, with a free trial or with a freemium account, let them get their hands on it, let them play with it, and let them see that value, and then after that you try to upgrade people into the paid plans. So this is product-led growth, and it goes even further than that actually. Product-led growth by essentially embedding marketing into the product. You're really trying to be marketing and communicating with people as they use the product. You want to move them through an onboarding process. You might use tooltips, or you might have prompts, or you might even gamify it in a way. But you want to communicate, instead of communicating, let's say, through email or a classic channel like that, you want to communicate right inside of the product. And you want people to experience that value. So that is product-led growth. The old way, before product-led growth got popular, the old way for most B2B SaaS companies, which is still probably the most predominant method, is more of the classic high-touch sales model. The sales model basically says we have a team of salespeople. They're there to do demo calls, and after those demo calls they need to try to close those deals and send the offers. And we just need to fill up the pipeline of these sales qualified leads. And that can work well, especially for big ticket SaaS. If it's, say, annual contract value of several $1,000s, or maybe even up into the 5 figures, then most often you are going to want to try to generate leads for salespeople and have them do demo calls. But this was the older way of doing it, and now a lot of SaaS companies who have relied on that for a long time, a high-touch sales model, they're moving over to product-led growth, not to replace the sales model, but to complement the sales model. And I think that the main reason of that, and the main reason that product-led growth is becoming more and more effective, I think it has to do with the users themselves and the shift in preferences. A savvy SaaS buyer, oftentimes they know what they need, they know what their pain point is, and they're comfortable enough getting their hands on a product right away without having a salesperson walk them through a lot of features. They're confident enough to get their hands on the product, start using it, make a quick decision whether or not this product can solve that pain point, and then continue to use it or just move on. And that's going to take them less time. They feel like they can self-serve themselves better than being sold to by a salesperson. And because of those shifts in preferences, this is one of the main reasons why product-led growth is becoming more effective. And with product-led growth as a strategy, I think you have to accept that there's going to be a high volume of people who will never become customers. And that's okay, because their actions and even the signals and the way that the behavior, the way they use the product can be very valuable. You can get a lot of great information about certain features that freemium base is using very heavily, other features that they're not touching. That can tell you something. That can even help you refine product market fit as you go. So there are now some metrics that matter, and I'm going to go through several of these metrics. When it comes to product-led growth, the first big metric or KPI that you should be looking at is what we call time to value, time to first value. That means the time between when the user gets their hands on the product, they sign up for a free trial, or they basically start using it, to the point where they truly experience the first value. So that's often it's a light bulb moment where they're able to scratch the itch. They're able to see that the pain point is solved. Or maybe they just simply make the decision, this is something that is worth X dollars per month, so I'm ready to start paying. So they can accelerate through that free trial, and that time to first value is critical. When you design a product-led growth experience, always think about what is that time to first value? How can we shorten that time to first value? How can we delight the new user even sooner? Some of the other ones I'll go a little bit faster, but you have product qualified leads. This is a kind of the same concept like an MQL, a marketing qualified lead, but this is somebody, because you're leading with the product, this is now a product qualified lead because they're in your product using it. Product adoption rates, this has to do with just why are people continuing to engage with the product. You have expansion revenue. Expansion revenue is typically thought of as upsell revenue to an existing group of customers. And that's also very important because product-led growth doesn't just end at the time of first payment, but there's always opportunities to get people usually to spend more, to upgrade their plan. So expansion revenue is a big KPI for product-led growth. You have, of course, average revenue per user. That's a classic KPI for SaaS, ARPU. And last is really the holy grail of it all is customer lifetime value. And by employing a product-led growth strategy, either on its own or to complement a high sales touch model, ultimately you're trying to just drive a higher average lifetime value from your users. And so you're still pursuing the same goal. What you'd want to see by introducing product-led growth is you would want to see that your average lifetime value of those cohorts is growing over time. That's what it really all comes down to. So I hope you liked that video. I hope it was helpful. Please subscribe to more videos below. Click that button. And also check us out on LinkedIn. We're there every day putting out great stuff. Thanks.